Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm gonna be doing another unboxing video, and it's gonna be for the newly released SH Figuarts Super Saiyan Gohan, which is, in my opinion, the coolest version of Gohan in Dragon Ball. So first I'll show the box. So this is the box. Not too much to say about it. It's the usual box. I think the color is cool. So it's got some photos on the side and on the back. But yeah, the box is alright. No real issues. I like the box. I always keep the box anyway. But yeah, here's the figure itself. So overall, I think it looks really good. I think the faces are still a little bit off, especially if you look from the side. Hey, Gohan in the manga, rest in peace Akira Toriyama, his face is usually drawn a bit longer and more square. Here it's very triangular. It's not a huge deal, it still looks good, but it's not like completely accurate, especially if I go revisit some scenes from the manga and the anime. But I think the detail of the face is really good though. All the lines they added, that's nice. I think the lines they did are really good, and it's really clean. So for the accessories, you get a bunch of stuff. You get these faces over here, obviously a bunch of hands, and the windswept hair and the cape, obviously, which are both really cool additions, really cool accessories. I'll show you how he looks with the windswept hair. So you just pop it on like that. I think that looks awesome. I really like it. I don't know which way I'm going to be displaying him, but this is good if you want to replicate that scene where he powers up in front of everybody right when he's starting to fight Perfect Cell. I'll show you. Actually, we'll keep this head on. Let's swap out the hands. So obviously you got the Kamehameha hands, the open hands for like doing a Masenko, the fist hands. Obviously you get all the hands you'll need basically to replicate any scene. So this is the Kamehameha hands that I'm giving him right now. So can you do it? Yes, he can. You can indeed do the super Kamehameha. So that's really cool. I just wanted to show how those hands looked. So yeah, for the articulation, you can, I guess I'll pop this off. You can, it's a little bit loose, I will mention. The neck is a little bit loose, so that's not great, but you can move it side to side, up this much, not too much to be honest. Down's okay. You get the rotation. The neck is fine. It's your average like neck from the SH Figuarts. Nothing too special. But you know, with the joint with the head, you can look up this much, which is okay. You can look down pretty well actually. And he doesn't have the problem where the face falls off. At least I haven't had that problem yet. So it looks pretty good and it works well. I'm gonna give him the other face. I'll show the cape in a little bit, just because I want to show the articulation off first. So the head and neck's pretty good overall. For the shoulder, you can go up this much. Really good. full rotation, no problems there. For the bicep, you can rotate it a little bit as well. Elbows are really good. You get a lot of range for that. And the wrist is like the usual. You can move it up and down, rotate it. So that's all good. No problems there with the shoulders and the elbows. They did a newer design for the shoulders. It doesn't have like that weird gap like it used to. It's all just one piece, so that's good. So for the torso and ab articulation, it's pretty good. Like, you can lean forward this much. It gets a little bit gappy, but not bad. And you can lean back, even though he gets pretty gappy. I don't know if I did it wrong or what, but he gets pretty gappy when you lean him back. I don't know if I did it wrong. I don't think I did it wrong. This is, you can't, the blue part's glued on, so don't try to messing with that too much. Yeah, I don't know. Leaning back works, like you'll get the range, but it gets pretty gappy, honestly. But it works. So you also get rotation for the torso, and obviously side to side, although it gets really gappy. Maybe a bit too much. I think the new Super Saiyan Goku that they did recently was nowhere near as gappy as this, and he still had really good range, so it's okay. It's too gappy though. I think that's a problem. But you do get the range, so if you can hide it, then that's great. For the legs, he can kick up really good. You get a lot of range. I think that's great. And you can actually kick the legs back. You can't do that on a lot of the newer ones because of the way they did the plastic at the back, but you can actually kick the legs back here. So that's really good, actually. You have to, the joint's pretty ugly over here though, but you do get the range, so that's pretty good, I'd say. You can rotate it as well. Not much, honestly. It's pretty limited there. Actually, it's okay, but that's fine. And the knees, you get this much range. It's pretty good. It looks pretty good too. No problems with the knees. And the ankles, unfortunately, are not good. You don't really get much range. You can move it down a little bit. Let me try this one. You can move it down a little bit, up a little bit, but yeah, you don't get much range out of the ankles. It's pretty minimal. And the toe articulation is also, I mean, it works, but it doesn't look great. But it works, you can use it. So overall, his articulation is pretty good. Some parts are really good, some parts are average, and the only part that's not good are the ankles. And I guess leaning back is also, I mean, you get the range, so I guess it's fine. But, like, overall, his articulation works pretty well. You can bring his arm across his chest for the most part. Yeah, you can do it. It works pretty well for those Kamehameha poses, as I showed you. So yeah, his articulation is pretty good. There aren't really any loose joints. I think the head and neck are a little bit more loose than I would like. They're not like falling off or anything, but especially when I rotate it, it's definitely more loose than I would like. So that isn't great. But I guess I'll show off how it looks with the cape now. So you get this cape. I guess I'll show off. It is cloth cape, by the way. It's made of cloth. And there's a wire, but I'll show that once I have it on. So you just gotta pop it in like that. I've never had a Piccolo figure, so I've never actually used the cape, but this is a new cape from what I know anyway. They didn't do cloth before. So that's how he looks with the cape on. I think that looks great. I'm probably gonna keep him like that actually when I have him on the shelf. And yeah, it is wired, so you can bring it up all the way like that. So it's pretty cool that the cape itself you can twist it a little bit like that. I think that works really well. Looks really cool. Yeah, the cape is pretty good. Obviously, it limits the head and neck articulation a little bit. Well, not a little bit, a lot. You can rotate a little bit, but yeah, you can't do much once you got the cape on, so, which is obvious because the cape gets in the way. But, you know, you can still rotate a little bit, so it's not a huge issue. But don't expect to be doing anything too dynamic with this head and neck once you got the cape on. So I'm just gonna actually remove it for now, just so I could use the figure a little bit easier. But yeah, I guess I'll show off some of the other faces. For that windswept hair, you can't give him the other faces, unfortunately. At least I don't think you can you? I don't know, I don't want to break it, but I don't think it's letting me pop it off. I don't know, I don't want to mess around with it too much, but just assume for now, if someone knows, let me know. But I don't think you can give him the other faces for the windswept hair. I don't know, maybe I'll try it later. But let's try the other faces out. To do that, you just gotta remove this. We'll try the teeth gridded face. Just gotta connect it over here. Put it back here. And then, boom. So that's the other face. I think that looks pretty good. Overall, I think the figure is really solid. Just the head and neck being a little bit loose and the ankles not being good, and he be's really gappy when you try to lean him back. But other than that, I don't really have any issues with it. It works really well. You can pretty much put him in any pose that you want. So I definitely recommend it overall. No real issues. Like, he has some issues, but they're not like major, and most of the time you can get the range that you want. Like, we'll try like a super dynamic pose over here. Honestly, that looks more like a Spider-Man pose. But yeah, you do get the range. I didn't even test if you could do full splits. He can because of the soft plastic. So, well, not full splits, I guess, but well, actually, no, I think he can. Yeah, it works pretty well, although it looks really weird though, because of the way you have to like mess with the plastic. But yeah, you do get the range, so it's a really good figure. I definitely recommend it. Anyways, I think that's enough for today. So yeah, good figure, great version of Gohan. Definitely recommend it. So I'll see you guys in the next unboxing.